Hey, everybody, I'm Quote, and welcome to the PSPW podcast. I'm joined once again by Peef and Bhris Brown. Hey, guys.
Hey, you
Hi.
counted down from 5 that time, and it really threw me off.
I always
Also-
count for 5.
Do you? I thought you counted from 3.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
Ah, shit. I guess
No,
I'm
yeah,
just an idiot.
All right, this just in. Peef Rimgard doesn't recognize when I use numbers bigger than 3.
Can't be good at everything. I don't count so good.
He doesn't catch the biggie appreciation. It's fine.
Yeah, 3 ain't enough, man. I need 5. All right, so for this week, we're going to get right into the mailbag before we start talking about the atrocities known as Raw, SmackDown, and professional wrestling in general.
Yeah.
So what's the first question?
Might help if I pulled it up and was prepared for something for once in my life. One moment. Okay.
Beef is
here we go.
fantastic, everybody.
I'm
hey,
great.
he edits this show, so I can't say much.
I'm a broadcast professional. Let's see here.
Yeah, exactly.
Not answering that.
Haven't done. Hire this man.
Also, as a note, we are not answering any questions related to Mason Ryan or any part of him.
Also, don't ask questions about tapings, because that's happened. And we don't want to spoil
Oh,
shows
like NXT tapings or
or
Impact
TNA.
ones?
Yeah.
Even though maybe 6 people watch both those shows combined, we still don't want to be those assholes.
Yeah. Cole deals with all the TNA stuff. I'll stay far away from that.
I have enough
Oh,
shitty wrestling to watch.
there's not even much to talk about, to be honest. The show's been pretty lukewarm at best. It's been weird. They've had awful booking. Well, not necessarily awful booking. The booking has been okay, but there's just some really sour spots in the programming right now, mainly to do with Josh Matthews and whatever the hell like he's doing with Borash and stuff. Like that's just a cancer to the show. But besides that, like the booking is okay. The wrestling is mixed as it always is in Impact Land. Like you have you have some like really crappy matches, but then like the main event matches are usually pretty solid.
Let me. I felt so bad for Scott Steiner. That man got a negative reaction, perhaps.
Well,
Nobody
no,
wants more.
According to the news from the live tapings, he actually received like a huge pop, but he's supposed to be a heel, so they don't want him coming off as that way. So they edited it for TV to make it seem like nobody cared.
That makes too much sense for TNA to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, Orlando seeing Scott Steiner come back, that'd be huge.
I mean, but it's also like universal Orlando's. These aren't wrestling fans, generally speaking. These are people who probably walked up and got a free ticket, and so they went, "Oh, cool, what's Impact?" and then never came back.
No, the thing with that is that they've actually produced quite a fan base, like a dedicated fan base from that. So
Gotcha.
They do have a lot of regulars coming in.
Fair enough,
Which means, they see Scott Steiner. Hey, it's Scott Steiner. Even if he's old and, nowhere near as mobile as he once was, if he ever really was.
he was a fucking god in like 95 when he was with his brother. But
when they were the Steiner brothers? Oh, man.
That was 20 years ago at the same time, though.
Yeah, it's been a while. He's just old.
He's old. He's very, very old.
Yeah, being old and being on roids, yeah.
Not great for you. Not great for the soul. Okay, so this question. Maybe none of them actually prepared.
He's 54.
Yeah, that's pretty old for professional wrestling. That's like 70 relatively.
Yeah.
Alright, so this question. Ryan asks, who's the edgiest character on the current roster, and why don't they allow at least one character to be pushing the limits and stuff like Austin?
Edgiest?
Like, I guess, compared to Stone Cold, I guess, would be the... Who seems cool?
Well, nobody comes close to Stone Cold. The closest possible comparison to modern day would be like Ambrose, but like he's too wacky.
Ambrose is just kind of like a...
He's just there.
I don't know what Ambrose is.
Yeah, Ambrose isn't really edgy though. He's just kind of like wacky, and
when he gets serious, he can be that kind of guy. But then he does stupid shit.
Like some of his promos that he was doing with Rollins, like during their like big feud, those were fantastic. Like when he would just like when he would just pretty much threaten to like rip Rollins limb from limb, like oh man, some of those promos are amazing.
The Cena promos were good too.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, he worked really, really well with Cena, which I enjoyed.
I kind of wish they'd gone through with that feud more, but I know it was just kind of to put AJ over more.
Yeah. That's what a lot of SmackDown stuff is for. It's just to put AJ over. I'm okay with that, but
it works.
Yeah, people are behind him, so
can't knock him for succeeding.
Oh man,
there is no one really that edgy.
Not really. It's kind of hard to have that kind of guy, I guess now, because that's just kind of.
Brock, but
nah, not really, because Brock is just kind of a silent badass. You see, the thing is,
until you give him a mic and he curses somebody out,
and then his voice cracks like a 12-year-old. Listen, it's kind of hard to have that kind of character now because characters should be complex. They shouldn't just be. It's not the 90s for one, and there should be like elements of that in every guy, but they shouldn't throw Roman out there with 2 beers and have him telling people to give him a ooh-ah or something, you know?
Yeah, it's a fucking PG show. I mean, what do you expect?
I don't know about you, but if Roman came out with a couple of beers and started downing them, I would be all. I would be 100% behind that push.
I feel like Roman's a wine spritzer kind of guy.
Oh no, he's a beer dude. He's definitely a beer dude, but he's one of those like safe, responsible sort of dudes, you know? Like he'll drink the beer, but like he's the kind of dude that'll sit down and have like maybe 1 or 2 beers over the course of a night sort of guy. He's too wholesome.
Seems like a respectful bro.
Yeah, because
God forbid he's a responsible adult.
Luke and Carl were saying that he's a good brother and that he drinks a lot with them, so maybe he's not as responsible.
I don't know. Like wrestlers also have a tendency to exaggerate everything, so yeah, he could have those nights where like he just sits down and like, you know, throws down a dozen beer or whatever, but like I don't know.
As a Braun moment. Yeah.
I want to imagine Braun's like doing Andre kind of feats with alcohol.
He definitely could. I mean, he's a massive human being.
About the same size, just less fat.
I mean, if I weighed nearly 400 pounds and I was like 4 or 5 inches taller, I'd be drinking a lot of beer too.
I feel like I'd have to just to do anything.
Yeah. I'd probably just drink a lot of hard liquor then, to be honest.
Fair. Okay,
so beer fills you up too easily.
Yeah, it's true. Beer does. Plus, it's real gassy and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
all like carbonation. Anyway, next question.
Next question from Sig with the stupid name. It's just what's on here. Asks, of all the people who left Of all the people who left WWE in 2016, who do you think would have benefited the most from the brand split?
Wait, could you repeat that question? That sounded really confusing.
Of all the people who left in 2016, the whole the spring cleaning in 2016, Barrett and Cody and shit, who would have benefited the most?
Who would have benefited the most?
From the brand split, that is.
I would have to look at the list.
I'm thinking
I
Cody.
Can't think of. No, I feel like Cody just would have been a lower mid carder. They probably would have kept him around as Stardust doing absolutely nothing.
Well, supposedly they want to do a whole gimmick with Stardust where he's Stardust on Raw, but Cody on SmackDown, or vice versa. So he could have probably gotten.
No way he would go with that.
Why not?
He wanted to.
Yeah,
he wanted to do
it. I can't see it working well though. Like not from like a character perspective, but from like a human perspective. I feel like he would just break down so quickly.
What's the difference between working Monday Raw, Tuesday SmackDown, and then 2 other house shows, and just working a Raw and 3 house shows?
Yeah, obviously if he's playing 2 gimmicks, they wouldn't give him all that time.
Yeah. If anything, working 2 gimmicks on 2 shows would probably be better for him because you don't always wrestle on TV.
That's true.
So yeah, I feel like it'd be him. Barrett a close second because it's Barrett. Everyone else
Yeah.
would have kind of been shit anyways.
I mean,
like
it would be him anyway. Like, I wouldn't doubt that he would see the most success because Barrett would just not be used at all.
Sure.
Even with the brand split, I feel like they wouldn't have done anything with him. Like, I still feel like they would have done something with Cody, more so than the others, but not too much.
Yeah, I feel like all their ceilings are pretty low. Everyone that left had a pretty decent reason to do so.
Mm-hmm. And they're all doing better things from what I've seen, anyway.
Well, not all. Alex Riley isn't doing so hot. Cameron, I think, is on a reality show now, which I consider a large step down.
I don't know. If the show's got more ratings, which it probably doesn't, then who knows?
I mean, Raw's like number 2 ratings always, so I doubt it has more ratings.
That's true.
Yeah,
I don't know what Alex Riley's doing now.
Alex Riley is getting mad on Twitter and then disappearing, from what I understand. Oh, Sandow. Ew.
He'd be lower mid card.
Yeah, he'd be nowhere at all.
Yeah.
Perhaps less than nowhere.
Adam Rose, same thing.
Nope. No. Well, I mean, that wasn't sprint clean. That was because he beat his wife.
Yeah. He had an
Allegedly.
altercation. There's something that happened there.
Well, yeah, he pled guilty, but his wife didn't press charges. And they live in Florida, so they just used the defense of, we'll go talk to our priest, and the judge went with it.
Yeah, nobody here stands out, really.
Shout out to that mugshot t-shirt that I'm sure someone bought.
I remember that.
If someone has the Adam Rose mugshot t-shirt, I'll buy it from you. I'll be the guy that buys it. Okay.
All right. Let's take another one.
Let's go. What's your dream match from someone I can't find the name of at the moment? Oh, it's Sig. Okay. What's your dream match?
My dream match, huh? See, I've got a bunch of different dream matches, but they all depend on particular scenarios. Because like I'd love to see some like New Japan WWE crossover stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just like Tanahashi versus Cena and a battle of like the charisma. Just, oh my god, like just those two just like trying to one up each other like every other move would be amazing. Just
a total ace off.
Yeah, exactly. Like Cena just like posing for the fans and then kind of just responding by doing some air guitar after like hitting Cena with something. Oh my god. That'd be insane.
Bhris, let me guess yours. Just total guess. Brock Lesnar versus...
True.
Okay, so the second half, is it an older person or a newer person?
No, he's on the roster right now.
Cesaro?
Nah.
Who then?
Joe. But both have to be in the prime.
Yeah, now I wouldn't
Brock
really be
Joe
interested.
in their prime would be an amazing match.
Now I wouldn't be really be that interested because I have no interest in seeing Joe flop around in a ring for a while.
I think that they could put on a decent match. I don't know how good it would be, but I think they could put on like, yeah, they put on a pretty hard hitting match. It'd be fun to see. I don't think it'd be as amazing, but
Brock hasn't had a bad match in a while. He hasn't had a good match in a while, but he hasn't had a bad match. Like the Orton match was.
I don't think he's had a bad match since.
The last bad match he had was the one at Mania with Triple H.
Yeah, and that wasn't really bad objectively. It was just bad because of booking. I have the same point with that match I had with the Reigns match with Triple H. It was a fine match. It was just poorly booked.
I don't even think I disliked Brock and Triple H's Mania match.
Yeah, I didn't either. I just didn't like the booking.
I didn't love it, but it was fine. I think the only like really bad match that I can think that he's had recently, like within the past like 5 years, is his like Mania match with Taker.
That wasn't even too bad.
That wasn't he carried that match though.
Yeah.
He had to because Taker was concussed.
Yeah.
That match for me was really hard to watch just because like Taker was doing nothing for like 20 minutes. It was really hard to watch.
Yeah, it was bad. It
definitely could have been worse, but it was not good.
They should have done like a non-finish or something. on that match, or not a non-finish, like a
Oh,
ref
you
stoppage
can't
or
do a
something.
non-finish in a taker match.
Ref stoppage, then, dude, that was rough.
That'd be weird.
At least we know that he can carry a match, though.
Oh, of course he can. He's Brock Lesnar.
He can carry a match as long as his opponent is not concussed.
Yeah. I mean, you have to think, like, Brock Lesnar is probably one of the best workers in the country still. He just isn't actively doing it because he doesn't have to.
It's
The
like how I
draw
feel
of-
about it's like how I feel about some of Nakamura's matches, where like I know that he's like incredibly capable of like putting on, you know, a match, but he just doesn't want to most of the time.
Yeah, he's
Like-
not motivated unless like he's comfortable with his opponent.
Like
Yeah.
he was oddly like we'll get into this a bit later, but like he was oddly motivated in his SmackDown like tag match this week. Like I found that was kind of odd.
Probably because he realized he needed to actually fucking get over, which that Dolph match did not do.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's based on Kevin Owens' selling of two Kinshasas.
By the way, I just remembered, genuinely, we have to do Elimination Chamber predictions.
Elimination Chamber.
Eliminate.
Oh.
You mean Extreme Rules?
Yep.
Yeah. We will get to that.
That show was Sunday, and I'm still not okay with that because it feels like we just got done with Backlash.
Mm-hmm. But it's coming up, so
Cool.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that after we talk Raw and SmackDown, I guess.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I guess we can take like.
One
Oh
more.
wait, no. Did you give your dream match?
No, he
Oh,
did
I
not.
guess that. I guess I'll go with the easy answer, which is AJ versus Shawn. I don't know how
That's
interested. I don't know how interested I am in seeing it like tomorrow because Shawn is old and cross-eyed. But
He's old, cross-eyed, and doesn't wrestle. So
yeah, I feel like he could still do okay. Like, if fucking
Oh, yeah.
Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, or if Goldberg can have a good match with Brock Lesnar, I think AJ can carry Shawn to a fucking good match.
Well, the difference is that like I don't know, like Goldberg was always built around like a certain way. Like he was always about doing like very, very basic stuff and then hitting his finishers.
Yeah,
And
that's interesting.
Sean's a lot more complex than that. Like if Sean just came back and basically did a Goldberg where he would only do like his finishing moves and like a couple of basic wrestling moves, I would be so disappointed.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And if anything, he's probably afraid that he might do something like that. So I'm honestly fine with him just never wrestling again. If I want to watch
Okay.
if I want to watch a good Michaels match, I'll go on the network or I'll fucking go on some random video site and find a good Michaels match.
If
It's not hard to find.
if they told me tomorrow that they were gonna do AJ versus Shawn at like Mania or something, I would still be excited. But if he doesn't want to do it, I'm not
Yeah.
like fucking ruined over it. I would understand.
What do you mean Austin doesn't want to get back in the ring? What the fuck?
Jesus Christ. The fucking CM Punk Austin. Imagine how bad that match would have been.
I don't think
That
it would have been. It would have been bad.
I mean, Punk's good, but he's not carry a man with a stack of dimes for a neck bad.
Yeah.
Plus, how do you have Austin lose that?
I don't think Austin would have lost that match.
Then it's stupid because it defeats the purpose of getting a guy over.
It would have had to been a really bullshit finish, which isn't gonna be very fun to see.
Yeah.
No one wants to see Austin being bullshitted in this era.
Yeah, if Austin ever did a match, he would have the match would have to be clean because people would lose their fucking minds. If
Yep.
he had a one off and it was a fuck finish.
WWE would have to block me from Twitter if Austin had a fuck finish in 2016.
It's 2017, Bhris.
No. When the match was planned.
That was like 2011.
Well, back then.
All right, so I don't think
Okay.
we can avoid the show anymore, can we?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the worst thing on the planet, but yeah, I guess we
Well-
should get into Raw. Ooh.
Part of it was the worst thing on the planet.
Okay, we will get to that segment like when we get there, but for now we can look at the good stuff from Raw. And there was quite a bit of good stuff from this Raw.
Yeah, fair. The main event was good.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so I'll just talk about that first. I'm actually like really behind Reigns right now. Like, I know that like this is probably something that I should have just been okay with like months and months ago, but like, man, he's putting on great TV matches along with putting on like good pay-per-view matches. Like, I'm totally behind him at this point. Like, fuck, I'm like, if he works on his character just a little bit, like to the point where I don't cringe every time he talks, like I'm down for Reigns. Like, and
Here's
I'm
the
not just
thing.
being like a dumb mark. Like, I'm enjoying his work.
Here's the thing. I feel like they're kind of. It's not. This is a criticism. It's just such a weird thing that they just keep throwing Reigns out there to have these awesome TV matches. To me, I don't get it. What are you trying to do?
They're trying to build him up again.
Yeah, but it feels like you could do this on pay-per-view and make more money off it.
You could. And there is a strong argument that neither of those matches should have happened on TV, but they did. And they were good.
I will say, I guess it kind of makes sense, since obviously if they're keeping Roman face, they won't want to do face versus face feud. So this was kind of their opportunity to do these matches so they can set stuff up in the future.
Yeah.
And something that people are kind of mad over it. Bhris is mad over it. That Roman keeps winning these matches clean. It's so he can eat the pin Sunday.
No. I wasn't mad about Roman beating Seth.
Weren't you?
I was mad about Roman beating Finn clean.
Yeah, that was. I would argue both were kind of iffy moves, but like I said, it builds him up to eat the pin. I'm okay with
beating Rollins clean.
Yeah, it builds him up to eat the pin. So now Sunday, when he eats the pin, like I'm telling you, will happen. Watch. He won't be that hurt. He's got these wins over legitimate guys, one of which will be the number one contender. He can go into whatever his next program is. Probably, I don't know, Bray? Oh, what is his next program?
Well, who? Reigns, Rollins, Balor?
Roman.
I think Roman goes Seth.
Surely they won't blow Roman Seth on a fucking... Well, how would you do that, though? Because with the assumption of sanity, Reigns is going to be face. Or at least whatever Reigns is.
What's Bray doing now?
Bray, if Finn wins Sunday, he's doing nothing.
No, it can't be Seth. They're going to continue the Joseph feud.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck.
So it has to be Bray.
I guess, but that's kind of done, isn't it?
Well, if the spoilers that I'm seeing are any indicator, then I'm a fan of what's going to happen regardless.
I mean, I really just can't see them going with Brock as world champ all the way through Mania. I still think Roman ends up with the match before that and he wins it. Maybe... I'm thinking SummerSlam myself. Maybe they'll do it at fucking Royal Rumble. Maybe they'll do it fucking... Maybe fucking Great Balls of Fire. Who cares, dude? I don't think they'll get that match all the way to Mania. When's the last time they've gotten a Mania plan a year ahead? Name it.
Cena versus Rock?
That doesn't count. Rock. That doesn't count. That wasn't a plan. They booked it the day after it happened, or the day after they wanted it.
That's exactly what's happening here.
Let me rephrase.
That is literally planning a match a year in advance.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't, because let me explain.
Yes, it is.
That
was the plan from day one.
Yeah.
Here's what they did. Okay, let me try this again. When's the last time, without directly promoting, they got their Mania plan a year ahead?
Okay.
Because of course you're gonna promote a Rock match.
Yeah.
So they have to promote it a year ahead.
Let's think.
Let me go ahead and go through this here.
Maybe some like Attitude Era stuff. I don't know. I imagine they probably planned all the Rock Austin matches concurrently.
But let's think though, because Mania 33 main event was fucking Goldberg Brock. Goldberg wasn't even in the picture until like October. 32, that should have been the Shield triple threat. 31. What was 31? Oh, that was
31 was Lesnar
Brock
Reigns, but I don't know what the
Seth
real
is the change
plan
of plan.
was for them.
Seth was a
Yeah.
big change of plan at the last second, so at least that counts. If nothing else, I don't even know what the original plan was. Roman could have been the original plan there,
Roman
but
was the original plan.
I kind of doubt
Yeah,
that though,
the
because
Roman. I'm pretty sure Roman was supposed to win. I think I don't remember if he was supposed to win the match actually.
he was supposed to win
Um,
the match, yeah.
It looked like he was on the verge of losing that match. Like
Yeah.
they
Oh
just,
yeah, he was getting his ass handed to him.
why
But
do
yeah,
you
but then he would have overcome the odds.
Yeah, I
Babyface.
think that was the plan, and then they were like, no, 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 no.
no,
Negative. Let's
because
get.
Roman ate his his third F5, so that was done.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
There was no way he was gonna kick out of a third F5.
That's true.
No,
Taker
I
got pinned
don't.
by a third F5.
I don't know. Well, no. What I'm saying is like they changed the. I'm pretty sure for like Mania 31, they had changed the ending like a few hours before the show or something like that.
Yeah, something stupid
I
like
think,
that. I think
'cause
that
I'm
day.
pretty sure they were planning on having Reigns win, but then they were like, wait, no, I think this is a bad idea. Like they just totally got cold feet. So they sent in Rollins.
Yeah, because Reigns told his family he was going to win, and then Alpha was having a fucking fit in the stands,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah. I remember that. That was funny.
Okay, so this Raw show. We should probably get into it.
I mean, we kind of were, but then
Well, yeah.
then
we
we
get
talked about
derailed
Roman
very
Reigns, and then
Well, we got the main event out of the way. That's
Yeah,
all that
we-
matters.
yeah,
Holy
we
shit.
talked about that. There was some other good stuff on the show. There was the tag match to open the show, which I actually liked because it brought some attention to both titles. That was really nice.
The 6-man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I couldn't remember what opened the show to save my life. I mean, it was fine. I like Dean completely
Oh, yeah.
fucking up the hot tag.
yeah, that was kind of funny.
Fucking goes for Matt when Jeff is the fucking hot
Hot
tag
tag.
always for the rest of time.
Yeah, Matt is definitely not what I would ever refer to as a hot tag.
I mean, listen, no, not everyone ages gracefully. Matt Hardy's one of those people.
He was never the hot tag. Let's be real.
He can't even bend his knees at this rate.
He can't. Dude is really out of shape. Well, not
At
out
least
of
he
shape.
has knees.
It's like, well, Matt, I feel like he really didn't plan on having to wrestle this long. I feel like he thought he could get an angle going and he could have a lax schedule.
Yeah, I can agree to that. I mean that was what we were all hoping for, was that they would get into the broken stuff a lot sooner and he could just do character work, but because of the legal disputes they haven't been able to do that, so they're just kind of there.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know. It's a strange situation.
Yeah, I kind of just want the tag and IC stuff to like get over with though, because we are in the midst of another Miz Ambrose feud, and I'm not. I just kind of want to see Miz win the title and have it be done with.
But guess what? Miz is going to win the title, and then there's going to be a rubber match. At Great Balls of Fires of all time.
Yeah, Miz has to win.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're going with this program again. I just don't care. Ever.
I mean, who else? Who else do you give the IC title to?
I would
Roman.
rather give it to the fucking Drifter.
Yo, I'd be down for that.
Yeah, that.
Get him some more exposure and then get him that title.
Can we talk about how good the Drifter is and how good the Jobber
He's been
was?
looking.
Yeah, he looked amazing against that Jobber.
That Jobber needs a developmental deal.
Yeah, Zach Evans. He looked good. But yeah, Samson looks amazing. Like what the hell happened to him? Like honestly.
He has more time.
He didn't ever have time on NXT to do anything. So he just worked house shows and he got really good working against guys like Hideo and Chris Hero and shit.
Yeah, that's true. But goddamn. This is really cool though. Like he was not someone that I expected to be entertained by. Like yeah, his character stuff was always kind of funny to watch, but like I was never expecting to be entertained by his in-ring work. So,
his in-ring work has been shockingly good. He looked like he was like murdering this dude. I guess that's part of the sell as well, but Jesus Christ, his offense is really good.
now we just need to see how he can perform in longer matches. And if he can work like a 10 or like even a 15-minute match, well, I don't know if he'll ever be in a 15-minute match, but if he can at least work a 10-minute match, I'm sold.
Wasn't he one with Dean? Wasn't that a 15-minute match?
That was like 10, but it was a TV match, so they did rest holds to the commercial.
Yeah. I don't, I can't, I always have to like shave time off when it comes to TV matches. I usually look at them as like a 2/3 sort of thing because of commercials and other required spots for TV matches.
Has Cody made a salty tweet about him using Crossroads yet?
No.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to Cody's Twitter anymore. I could try.
His Twitter gives me heartburn, so I try to stay away from it. But it's usually about that time where I would see a salty tweet somewhere on Reddit.
No, he hasn't said anything about it.
That's shocking.
I think the last thing he said related to WWE is when he cursed out that guy for calling Goldust a jobber.
Yeah, I saw that.
And also his opinions on the Revival.
Fuck the Revival.
Fuck the Revival. Oh man, I love that series. It's so good.
What else happened?
Yeah, I'm done. What else
something else happened on this show.
Yeah, there was a not crappy triple threat match.
Yeah,
wait, hold on. Good. Before that, the Corey Graves thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like I guess they have like a new story in the works. I guess that's related to is that related to Enzo getting beat up, or is that like something different?
No, that's
it's separate.
Completely different.
At least that's weird. Probably something different. It might be semi-connected, but I don't think it'll be directly connected.
I imagine it would be because there was a point during the show where Ash came out and confronted Graves.
Yeah, because here's what happened with that angle, because I think they kind of fucked it up. Because Corey was they were talking about after they saw Enzo beat up, they were like, yeah, this, that, and the other. And then Corey was like, yeah, and I bet Big Cass is watching real closely. And he said it in this way that made me think personally, like, oh, he means like he's looking for the guy that beat up Enzo, right? But
yeah, that's what I assumed. That's what I assumed he meant.
Then here's what happens though. Booker T starts getting really mad. He's like, "What do you mean by that?" And he's like, "I don't know." And then Cass randomly comes out and says he's like implying something. I was like, "Oh, he was supposed to be trying to insinuate Cass. He did such a shitty job of that."
Yeah, because he made it sound like that Cass was just trying to be a vigilante, not that he was like actually the person that could have been responsible.
I feel like he should have said like something like, I don't know. I bet Cass knows the culprit real well or something, you know? There are better ways to go.
And then, but remember last week he said, I would like to shake the hand of the person who did attack Enzo. And then they just shook hands and Cass walked off.
Fair enough. I mean,
I'm kind of intrigued by it though. It's I don't know, it had a much different vibe than anything else that you'd see on the show.
They seem like they're going a very different direction with this, and that looks interesting to me. Although it might just, I feel like it's just going to tie back to Stephanie and the Authority, so they can get some fucking ratings going on these shows.
I swear to God,
I'm more interested in the Kurt Angle part of the Corey Graves thing than Big Cass and Enzo Amore thing.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's the Enzo thing. That's stuff we've seen before. But the thing with Graves and Angle, like that's interesting. I kind of hope that goes somewhere. But it also feels like the exact sort of thing that they could just drop and never mention again, and we would be confused as all hell.
This could be a Shane's Lockbox kind of deal, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Something else that was just dropped and never mentioned again.
Yeah. Or the illegitimate son thing, or there's a lot of shit like that.
Yeah.
Wrestling's weird.
Wrestling is very weird. So, what were you guys' feelings of that triple threat match?
It was a good match. Fine. I mean, I wasn't blown away by it. It was decent. It was a decent little TV match. It felt slow.
I thought it was. Yeah, I got that feeling too. I thought it could have been a lot better.
I'm assuming they're trying to save shit for the pay-per-view, which makes sense.
Yeah. That pay-per-view match is going to be insane, though. I have a feeling it's going to be like a bloodbath. It's going to be great.
It's going to be like a kind of condensed version of the Survivor Series match.
Yeah, that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting too, actually, because I've been thinking back to the Survivor Series match. I'm just like, man, what if they do a bunch of that stuff here,
That was so
but
good,
with
right?
better pacing? I liked a lot of the stuff in the Survivor Series match. I just thought that the pacing was awful, which is what killed it for me. But like, I feel like if they just kind of mimic that, but cram it into say like 20 minutes or something, 25 minutes instead, I will be, much happier with that.
Well, keep in mind, Survivor Series has the disbenefit of being elimination. This is one fall.
Yeah.
Which is gonna add a lot of fucking what's it called?
False finishes.
False finish. There's a word I'm looking for, but I can't think of what it is. Tension. That's the word. Can add a lot of tension to the match because at any time anybody could win.
Yes. Yeah, I'm hoping for some good stuff from that though. Oh man. I was kind of surprised to see Joe win.
Nah, I'm not. They haven't given him a win so far on the fucking main roster. Yeah, so kind of good for the pay-per-view. Plus, it was still dirty.
Yeah, but true. I don't know. It seemed weird for him to win that way too. Like just to kind of like slip in and grab it.
Well, it kind of makes two guys there. It makes Joe look good because he's smart and cunning and a heel, and then Balor looks good because it should have been his win.
And Bray's just the eater of pins.
And I mean, Bray's always over. That's the thing. So it doesn't really matter what they do with him, which is a gift and a curse, as it's been proven.
I don't just kind of looking at things though. Like, so Roman has been able to look good during this process. Joe has been able to look really good. Like Joe, they've been doing a lot with Joe. They've had him, submit Rollins. They've had him steal the win here.
Wait, when did he tap Rollins?
Yeah, he choked him out last week.
Did he?
In the tag match.
We literally spoke about this last week.
I guess I missed that part. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, the finish of the match was him coming up behind Rollins and came out for the win.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, you're right. Sorry. I have no memory.
Yeah, so they've been making Joe look really good lately. That's why I was kind of surprised to see him get the win again, because I thought they were gonna I thought that the idea with the booking leading up to the show was that they were gonna have everybody just win and do really well in some sort of way, and I guess they're kind of sort of doing that, but I feel like it's been a bit lopsided with how it's been.
I feel like they've done as good a job as they can with what they want to do in the future. I just feel like
Rollins has been booked like a little bitch during the whole course of this.
Rollins got the shit end of the stick with this whole thing because he's been the face that can eat. He's the face right now that can eat pins very easily, at least on TV. He shouldn't eat the pin at the pay-per-view, but I think he can eat him.
The thing is with Rollins is that he's been having his issues over the. Yeah, he got the win on Triple H at Mania, but since then it's been hard to get behind him because he hasn't really been doing much. Yeah. Like he's been involved with stuff, but he can't just lose 2 weeks in a row like this.
I guess not. And excuse me.
It just makes him look really weak going into the pay-per-view, almost to the point where it seems like his Mania win was like a fluke or something.
I mean, I don't know. It's a weird situation to book, I guess, because you want all 5 guys to look good going into the match, but somebody has to look a little shitty. You can't have 5 winners in a game where 4 people have to lose.
Yeah, but I think that leads into another problem I have with WWE's booking, where if there's a big multi-man match at a pay-per-view, then they constantly have the guys fight each other to the point where it's like, okay, well, we get to the multi-man match, but we've already seen almost every combination of these guys possible, so they have to really step up their game in that match, or we're just not going to care.
I mean, I feel like with multi-man matches and booking them long term, you kind of have to put them up against each other because you can't just if they just threw Finn against a random guy, nobody's gonna care either. Is the thing. You have to make him and his opponent look like they're on equal playing field, and the easiest way to do that is fucking fight.
They haven't been doing that though. It's not an even playing field because Reigns looks amazing right now. Rollins looks like ass. Joe looks really good too. Joe and Reigns both look really good going into this, and the Balor looks all right. Bray's Bray, and then Rollins looks like ass.
I feel like, even if Rollins to be fair, if Rollins had won this week, it would have just been fucking wacky. with all the shit they've been doing with Reigns. It wouldn't have made any sense to me personally.
Yeah.
Also, I think they should have gone non-finish on this match, and as well as the Balor match, but you can't always do a non-finish, I guess. So I get it. But
Yeah.
like, I mean,
But I mean,
with what they
for
want
this
to
main
do,
for the main event, it made sense to have no finish.
Yeah.
Bring all
That's another
five
thing.
of them in there.
I don't know.
It's
I
to go
It was
home.
it was the go home match. Like they should have had like some sort of like non-finish to make them all look good before the end.
at the same time though, it's the go home match, so you don't want it to be fucked. Now,
I mean, you don't have it fucked. You just make everybody look strong. Have some finishes here and there. Nobody wins. Everybody looks strong at the end. Have one guy standing tall that we know is not going to win. Make that Reigns. Make
fair.
that Seth.
Let me go ahead and put this out there about the Reigns Seth match. There was a spot in this match, the corner, the buckle bomb into the Superman punch. That was fucking awesome,
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
and the
I
crowd
really
went insane.
that was part of what really sold the match for me. Like the setup for the buckle bomb looked a little weak, but then he got it, and I was like, all right. And then Reigns just like bounces back with a Superman punch, and I was just like, oh fuck. Oh
And
man.
like I said, the crowd went fucking insane for it too, which actually kind of surprised me. I did not expect that kind of reaction.
Well, because it was just so sudden. Like it just kind of happened. Like there was, he got hit by the buckle bomb, and you're like, okay, he's gonna like chill in the corner for a sec, but then he just kind of Superman punches out of nowhere, and you're like, oh, holy crap! Like that was awesome.
Fair enough. I don't think we can avoid it anymore.
No, we can still avoid it because there's still other stuff we can talk about, like how 205 Live is just nonsense at the moment. I mean, it always is. But...
Darren Rich Swan, we could skip that.
Are we watching
yeah,
this
it's
show?
like
Kalisto versus Titus. Nothing there.
Okay, listen.
That created. I will admit, Titus Kalisto did create It ended up creating like a funny moment on the YouTube channel, but
Yeah.
other than that, no.
Why aren't they putting these Titus O'Neil press conferences on TV?
Time?
And yeah,
But
maybe
there's
time.
so much. Replace the shitty match he had with that segment, and he's over now.
Yeah.
And now we get to the
All right. Okay. So we can't avoid this any longer.
Let's
baby.
recap this
Alexa.
segment.
Alexa, baby, you know I love you, but come on. It's 2 weeks in a row you're doing this shit. Come on.
Last week wasn't nearly as bad. It was bad. But this week makes that look like that looks like a Mick Foley promo or something in
Oh
comparison.
my god. I just
This will okay for those of you who did not watch or have not listened to the show who muted your TV like Umbra did. Here's what happened.
You made the right decision, but go
You
on.
did. You made a great call. So Alexa, they promoted all night. There's going to be a "This Is Your Life" segment, not with anyone relevant, with Alexa Bliss on Bailey. As soon as I saw this, I went, "Oh, that's gonna suck." Did I not?
I
Chris?
just want I just
Oh, I knew it was gonna suck too.
I just hit the deep sigh. I was just like, why?
Okay, so they announced a segment all night, and then it happens. Alexa comes out, and in the ring with her is an old woman. There's a table full of goodies that are presumably Bailey's things, and then there's some woman and some quite attractive man. And then Alexa starts talking, and she talks, and she talks, and she talks. Then she finds Bailey's first childhood doll, which, so wacky, she still plays with it. And then she decides to keep talking, and keep talking. And then she starts interviewing her guests. One of which being, what was it, her 4th grade teacher?
Something like that. Supposed fourth
Some
grade
tea-
teacher.
Some shitty teacher. Just Miss Flapper was her name.
Yes.
Flapper.
Which was weird. Anyways,
Stupid.
Miss
name.
Flapper starts talking, like saying, "Oh, Bailey's so nice, but any time she was in class, she sat next to her dad, because her dad watched her, and it was just like, okay, Good for her. We don't care. End the segment. So then we move on to the woman who is Bailey's ex-best friend
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
named
Like a childhood
Trisha, I
friend.
believe.
Yeah,
Childhood
best
friend.
friend. Best friend.
And she says like, "Oh, Billy's so nice, but at some point we just stopped being friends." And Alexa asks why, and her reason was that, instead of ever wanting to hang out, she was a fucking loser, like the 2 million people watching the show right now, and watched the fucking television show, Raw and SmackDown.
God forbid someone's a wrestling fan.
God forbid someone watch this show.
God
What a way
forbid
to...
we talk about it.
How uncool are you making your own show sound?
Yeah,
Very
really though.
is
Like
the
you shouldn't be
answer.
making us feel bad for watching programming. Like the fuck is wrong?
Somehow the segment gets worse, kids. Because
So,
after finishing up with Trisha or Trina or whatever the fuck her name was, we
nobody
move on
cares.
to the hot dude. He was the redeeming part of this angle for me. Not because he was
come
good.
on.
Not because he was entertaining talking wise. He was just attractive.
I have no parts in this part of the segment. That's
Listen,
all.
Bhris. You may not be into dudes, but you can't lie. He'd get it any day.
Again, I choose to remove myself from this situation and this conversation. I will leave that to you two.
You can tell who the gay one is on
Listen,
the
But you get a hard on for Roman too, right?
I'm not always gay.
Hey, I've
But
been
he
the
could
one
get it-
going off about Rome.
He could get it any day of the week, Monday through Sunday.
Anyways,
Oh my god.
Anyway. Okay. So the dude starts talking. He's Bailey's first boyfriend. And they dated for a while. And they never really got anywhere. And him and Bailey at one point were going to kiss. And it turns out, but nothing happened. And he opened his eyes.
It was her freaking father.
It was her freaking dad. I almost kissed her freaking dad.
Father.
This show sucks so bad.
Honestly, the only thing that I liked about that whole segment was it was a freaking father.
That was pretty funny. And I'm not even done recapping this piece of shit yet.
Yeah, because it gets worse.
So then, after saying that, he says, the only reason I got with Bailey was to get with you, Trisha. And she goes, "Oh my god, are you serious? I thought you were so out of my league." And then they start just going at it in the ring.
Yeah, she's just making out in the ring. It was like, oh.
So they ran an angle with two made up characters in Bailey's made up life.
and
This
Peef
show
is one of them.
sucks.
This is terrible TV.
And then Bailey finally saves us. Bailey saves us. Even though for some reason they didn't decide to send her out sooner because the segment was tanking. And Bailey comes out. And she runs in and they prepare to fight. And they start fighting. Bailey gets the upper hand for 2 seconds. She looks up wondrously at the hand of the stick. Can she get extreme? Well, we'll never fucking find out because Alexa just beats her down and makes her look like a dork again on TV.
That's a good thing.
Okay.
Listen.
So I have some
go ahead.
other stuff that I want to say about this segment. And it's coming from like just some like logic standpoint. Okay, so with the previous This Is Your Life segments that they've done, a key part of it is that the person that they're talking about is actually supposed to be there in the ring. Like,
Yep.
with like the one that, the classic one that Fulling Rock did, Rock was there. He was there. Like, everything was happening in front of him. But for this one, Bailey was just in the back, just kind of taking it. Like, why?
Better.
Because
She's a
because
nice
they thought she would immediately brawl, because of the fact that it wasn't supposed to be like funny. It was just supposed to be a heel ragging on a face. Okay, well, why was that happening then? Like, where? Ugh.
Okay.
Honestly, whoever wrote that segment, just fire them now. Just get rid of them now.
I think even Vince was cringing in the back because I think he fed that line to Booker T saying, "Oh yeah, this is hard to watch."
This is hard to watch.
I think
Um,
Vince knew that it was cringe.
so the thing about the segment that bugs me above all else, and the whole build up to the match, or the whole feud at this point. Why would I possibly tune in to see this match? Give me one reason to think that Bayley can possibly overcome this person, despite having not
Well-
once looked good against them.
Well, I mean, you don't win by getting the kendo stick. You just get to use the kendo stick.
Even the kendo stick aside, I'm just saying, in a match of two professional wrestlers, I have no reason to think that Bayley is even in the same league as Alexa.
Because she's not.
Well, I'd like to never see either of them again after the segment.
Alexa, baby, if you're listening to this, I'm gonna need you to cut the
She's not.
shitty segments. Like, come on, 2 weeks in a row. Enough is enough. Just
And
come on.
people defend them and saying like, "Oh, look at this material they get." At the same time, they're also bad.
So this is a piece from Jerry Lawler's podcast because he was discussing the segment also, and he's quoted as saying, "Sometimes things happen that just don't turn out like you envision it." I'm sure that's exactly what happened there. Here's the other thing: it's live TV. That's a double-edged sword, believe me. When something doesn't turn out the way you planned it, there's nothing you can do about it. It's there. It was live and everybody saw it. That was just one of those cases. You just got to move on. Now,
The
while
thing
I
is,
do agree with that. You do just have to move on. You can kind of see when you write something out how bad it's going to be. Like,
I'll say, in theory, this isn't the worst idea, I guess. But the issue is that Alexa isn't a strong enough talker to carry such a weird segment yet.
Mm,
And then, no, shut up. You cannot watch this and tell me she was good enough to do this. Fuck
Better
you. If like
she
everything you
was
believe
good
in.
enough to do this.
she was.
I mean, clearly not.
No. The segment itself was cringeworthy, but at least she tried her best to save it with the shit circumstances that she had.
I feel like she actively made it worse.
I mean, what else was she supposed to do? Let them talk?
I mean, I don't know. She should have quit. She should have retired.
I'd rather some randoms look bad than her.
I mean,
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt her at all if it's just like 2 or 3 random people telling us how shitty Bailey is the whole time and Alexa not being involved at all.
Also,
Also,
That doesn't.
3 people.
hurt
Come
her.
on.
here's
Add
the
more
thing.
people to it.
Here's the thing. Even I'll give you the whole live TV thing to an extent, but there's a planned run-in on this. They could have cut the cord on this, but they stuck with it.
Yeah, they had like a good 15, 20 minutes on that segment.
Bailey could have
Yeah.
ran in like 5 minutes in when they realized it was failing, but they didn't.
Booker T said it best, man.
It's hard to watch.
This is
Hard
hard
to
to watch.
I think that's a Vince line.
I don't think it was a Vince line. I think it was an everyone line.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, so
All right. So
wasn't
how about
really
this-
much else.
How about
that
the
happened
SmackDown
on
show
Raw.
then?
Oh, well, actually, there was a like one other thing that I really liked from Raw, and that was the Goldust and R-Truth promos.
Oh yeah, those were weird.
I like Goldust. I like Goldust promos.
At
They're
least
good.
Goldust is going back to like the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and R-Truth just made me laugh with his.
Yeah, that's what he's there for.
Yeah, he's a comedy dude.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration? Pulp Fiction, 1994. I'm like, okay, I'm down for this.
right,
Also,
so how-
Sasha Banks on 205 Live.
Wasn't talking about that. So how about the SmackDown?
Yeah.
show?
No.
No, thank you. SmackDown was alright.
I didn't hate it.
It was
I didn't
alright.
Like,
care
I-
about
I thought they did some cool stuff.
the opener was alright.
They really need to stop doing the highlight reel. Like, god damn it, it's
No,
Jericho's-
it kind of
Jer-
it worked.
I don't know. It's just like Jericho's not here. Like, stop doing the highlight reel.
That's the
Like,
point. You do it's to get heat on Owens.
It doesn't even feel like heat though. It just seems like he's desperate. I don't
The
get the feeling. like I don't get that feeling that he's trying to like piss me off by doing something that isn't his. He just looks like a desperate little bitch.
I never got that. I mean, he got heat from like he could if he does that and he let's say he sticks with it maybe for like maybe once a month or some shit, he can constantly get the heat back on retiring Jericho. Well, quote unquote retiring Jericho.
Yeah, I think the issue is that he's doing it too much. I think he's done it like 2 weeks in a row now or something like that.
Has he?
Yeah.
He did it last week.
Did
He had Corbin last week, I think.
Did I forget everything that happened on last week's shows?
You might. You think? I think you have.
He's also done the segment where he had what was it, Jinder on the show?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, before the pay-per-view or whatever. So he's done this multiple times, and I would probably be more okay with it if you space them out. But the fact that it's happening every week just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm getting tired of the Eric Cartman.
That needs to stop too. That's doing nothing for me at all. Just calling him Eric Cartman, it feels so forced. Like
it doesn't
they have
no
to
favors either.
Squeeze it out of them. Yeah, it doesn't do anything for anyone.
Hey, Corbin doesn't even do it right. He just says it normal. Like, say it like Cartman. Say it like you mean it.
I would pay money to hear Baron Corbin's Cartman impression.
And how many of those people in the crowd actually know what South Park is?
I mean, a lot. How popular do you think South Park is here? Because it's very popular. Like, insanely. It's like
popular, I guess.
It's like Simpsons, then South Park.
Yeah, South Park has to be popular.
Is it though, like with the crowd they're trying to like cater to? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. What is the crowd they're trying to cater to? Because they seem to change it every day.
Yeah, I don't know. Because like if you're trying to cater to like friggin' 12-year-olds, like you're not going to be dropping South Park references.
Are you kidding me? Those are perfect people to drop South Park references to. Have you ever been 12 years old in America?
Yeah.
Just make a joke about farts and boobs. That's all South Park is. It's perfect.
I don't really remember watching South Park when I was 12. I think maybe when
You're
I was a little
also-
older.
You're
You're
but-
Canadian. You're sheltered.
Yeah,
they
but
always
South
make fun
Park
of
South
you.
Park has always been a thing in Canada. Like I just didn't really like the show when I was younger. I didn't appreciate it until I was older.
Because you're
Probably
sheltered.
Jokes.
I wasn't even sheltered. I just didn't find it that funny when I was a kid.
Canada
Wow.
as a country is sheltered from the shit in
We're
America. dude.
not. We're definitely not sheltered. But I just didn't find it funny at all until I was like maybe 16, like 15, 16, 17.
Maybe the
I don't
issue is that Canadians are more refined.
Yeah.
We have our own sense of humor.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
that might be it.
Like I was always aware of South Park, and I did watch it like a little bit as a kid, but I just like I don't know, I just didn't find it funny until I was older, and I was like, oh, this is kind of funny actually. All right, cool.
The South Park music was The South Park movies was the shit when I was a young lad of like 8 years old.
I do enjoy that movie. It's a
Very
very
good.
good movie.
Why don't we talk about that instead of these shows?
I'm enjoying that. Yeah. So that tag match that I mentioned earlier, the big takeaway from this is that Nakamura pinning Owens again, and Nakamura looking like actually good in this match, which is
A
my
pleasant
opinion. It's
change.
like, yeah, it's starting. It's not completely made up, but it's starting to make up for what I feel like was a lackluster pay-per-view performance.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
yeah.
actually have people selling for him now. That's just it.
Yeah, and he's
Dolph
showing a bit
sells
more.
when he
He's
goes
showing a bit
over
more
Ziggler.
fire. I think the fact that he's showing a bit more fire than he did in his pay-per-view match is what's really doing it for me.
Fair enough. What else happened on this shit? Oh no, the women. Okay, let's go through this one as well because it's something.
Before the women, we had a debut.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a bunch of stuff before the women. But,
That's just the first thing I remembered.
because right after the tag match is the
New Day
Usos promo. Yeah, and
Oh,
the
yeah,
New
the
Day-
Uso promo.
New Day's back.
Hey.
I actually really like this segment.
Yeah,
I
it was
have
good.
like I have a couple of issues with it, but they're like very minor things. I found that they were talking over each other a bit, which is kind of weird.
I mean,
like they were like, I don't know, it's to the point where they were almost like delivering promos with like at the like same time, and it was like a bit hard to listen to.
It kind
But
of worked.
I did really like the Fleece Johnson reference. That was really nice.
You have to keep in mind with their promos kind of talking over each other works because Jimmy and Jerry just kind of psychopaths at this point, so them not really caring what anybody else is saying makes sense.
Yeah.
basically.
I really did smile at the Fleece Johnson reference. I was just like, we likes him and we wants him.
I have no idea what that is, dude.
So Fleece Johnson is a guy who was arrested for some random crimes or whatever back in like the 80s or something like that. I don't remember exactly when. It was a long time ago. And he was only supposed to be in jail for about 10 years, but he kept getting time added onto his sentence because he was raping dudes in prison.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was known as like the booty warrior.
Yeah.
They even did it.
That sounds like
a
perfect gimmick for the new
They
day.
did a spoof of it on Boondocks. It was funny as hell.
I don't think Peef has been, into the Boondocks. You know who he's from?
No.
People from Tennessee. They're not cultured.
Oh, that's where you're getting with that? Okay.
You're not even wrong, but I'm still mad about the insinuation.
At least I know I'm not wrong.
It was a good segment though. I really enjoyed it, and I feel like the promo work back and forth between the Usos and New Day is going to be really fun to watch over the next like few weeks.
Yeah,
so I'm super down for it. And I believe there was another Fashion File segment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, and like Bhris gets into the office, and then like you see the silhouette, and I'm like, is that Summer Rae? I'm like, I could see some really interesting stuff here with like Summer Rae and Fandango at it again, and then it's just Bhris in a dress, and I'm like, okay.
Are we really doing the veto thing?
I mean, it's not that. No, it's not that gimmick at all. It's just kind of Bhris being wacky undercover. It's not the same as the veto thing.
Yeah, because he's not just in a dress, like he's doing other shit too. Like he's doing the janitor thing as well. It's just like a general comedy gimmick.
They gave him the dress at least 3 times already.
Yeah, but he's not gonna do any weird veto shit. Like
it's not like he's gonna pin them with his penis vagina that like Vito did.
His penis vagina.
I mean, I couldn't think of a better way to put it.
Peef and his knowledge of anatomy, everyone.
Give it up.
I'm still into the segments though because they're still making me giggle. So whatever.
Sure, that's really what's made to do.
I think they're pushing him as the second top babyface on SmackDown. So
I mean, that's kind of for lack of a better option.
I mean, what the fuck is up with American Alpha?
They don't matter because they suck. Well, they don't suck. It's the whole.
They're not made to look good.
Jock athlete characters don't work as babyfaces. It's just how it is.
Yeah, but you can't turn them heel.
Why not?
They were heel before, and it kind of sort of worked, but the crowd was like too behind them.
Because it was NXT, everyone gets cheered in NXT.
Yeah. But even so, their movesets were too babyface. Like they're like very explosive and dynamic, and that just doesn't work for heels unless you're like really, really douchey. And they were not really that douchey. They were just kind of overconfident.
You could make Gable into a real douchebag, I think, with some main roster promo time.
I think I'd give him more to Jordan than Gable as a real douchey heel. He has that.
He was a douchey heel for a long time, and he was good at it. But
yeah, he has the look of a douchey heel.
Yeah.
Gable,
but we didn't cry too much to really get behind that.
Gable looks like a total bro. He could be a douchebag heel all day.
I don't see it.
What else happened on the show?
Mojo did nothing. It's kind of cool.
He tweeted at Shane saying he's waiting.
You know, he wins a battle royal every year, and nothing happens with it.
Because it doesn't matter.
Guess that's typically what happens with the Andre the Giant battle. The armbar.
Hey, Big Breakfast did all right.
I mean, what did Corbin do after he won it? He had a fucking
the Ziggler feud.
6-month feud with fucking Ziggler.
Yeah. What does Cesaro do with it? Huh?
Got injured.
And then Big Show didn't do anything with it either. But then again, Big Show. So
Big Show went for novelty, really.
yeah. That's true. Because there was no way that he wasn't going to win it at some point. Like they had to do that. I'm okay with him like that.
Yeah.
So the women's segment, I enjoyed the crap out of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might be the only one.
Here's my
Really?
issue. I have
How do
big
you
issues with this.
How do you ruin a 5-woman elimination match?
They did
Simple.
a
You just haven't beat the crap out of each other.
quote. I don't think you
That's-
understand. This company did a screwy finish on an elimination 5-way match. That shouldn't be possible.
It wasn't a finish. There was no match to begin with.
That's
That's
kind
the point.
That's my point.
How can you have a finish without a start?
At least
Because you
have the
don't
match
start.
at least.
I will admit, like, I was kind of disappointed that they didn't actually have a match, but like going into it, in the back of my head, I was like, there's no way this match is actually going to happen, right? There's no way. Like, this match, it shouldn't have been booked. Like, it was kind of dumb for them to book it with the possibility of a female Money in the Bank match happening. Like, it just seemed really weird.
You know what other match shouldn't have been booked? The women's Money in the Bank match.
Women and ladder do not go together.
Okay,
said
let's
this.
specify a little bit. Let's be fair.
They can.
Let's be very,
but
very
you need
fair.
the right people to do it.
Charlotte, sure. Becky Lynch, awesome. Naomi, no.
Not in the match.
She's not in the match, luckily.
I don't
okay,
even think
good.
she's defending the title at the pay-per-view
Probably
again.
not. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. You got Natalia. Please now. Tamina. Oh God.
God,
And Carmella. She can't run the ropes.
none of the women can run the ropes. To be perfectly
But
honest,
Carmella super can't run the ropes.
Nah, Becky can run the ropes.
We
that-
shouldn't be debating about if they can run the ropes or not because they're in a fucking ladder match.
Yeah, if you can't run the ropes, what makes you think I want to see you in a fucking ladder match?
I don't want to see a woman die on pay-per-view. Oh, and it gets worse too because Lana
Well,
tweeted at Shane McMahon,
She wants-
"Hey, put me in, tag me in, coach. I want to die."
Please, no.
Meanwhile, Nia Jax is salty that she's not even being used on TV, which is
Nia
a
Jax would
perfectly
kill
fair
someone
criticism.
dead
Absolutely a perfectly fair assessment. All you see is Alexa and Bailey.
because she
Yeah,
tried to
I-
kill Charlotte.
That, I mean,
So
deserved.
What do you mean so?
Deserved.
Oh, I'm gonna drop the best person in this company on their neck and expect no repercussion. No, that's not how it fucking works.
But
I mean,
even after that, she had
Jinder
stuff
can
with
cuss
Alexa.
Balor, and he's got the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
But I mean, also he didn't concuss him because he worked TV the next fucking week.
At least do the fucking Shawn Michaels Diesel thing. Have Nia as Alexa's bodyguard.
Supposedly, oh my god. Supposedly, Nia's gonna run in on the match at the pay-per-view to screw Bailey.
Better than fucking seeing Bailey win.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather just not see any of them and cancel Raw and cancel SmackDown and cancel the show.
This podcast was canceled because Raw was shit and SmackDown was
Slightly
slightly less shit.
simultaneously better and worse shit.
Yeah.
Because they were really...
Yeah.
Raw's highest point was much better than SmackDown's highest point, but SmackDown had a much better low.
That's just that's how the show has, that's how the shows have been. Raw's had like the lowest of lows and the highest of highs in comparison. Not
I mean-
necessarily not the highest of highs. Like they're not having 5-star matches every week, but like their highs are better than SmackDown's highs. SmackDown has to rely on consistency. So when SmackDown has a bad episode, it feels really bad just because they're not doing anything interesting.
What was that one show? Which show was that I was screaming about in the Discord? I just remember being so pissed off at a SmackDown show, and it was killing me. Oh yeah, it was the one where JBO literally told me not to care about Kurt Hawkins. Then why put him on TV? Why would you put this man who I do not care about on television?
I care about Kurt Hawkins. He cuts a good promo.
But Bhris, we were told not to care.
Do we really listen to JBL?
We should, theoretically.
Well, I mean, if we're told not to care, then let's not care.
Fucking hell. What was the main event of this? Oh yeah, Dolphin AJ. I didn't watch this match. What happened?
Good match till the end.
Yeah. It felt kind of like lukewarm through the whole thing, but like it was generally inoffensive for most of the match. And then at the end, they kind of had some like miscommunications, and it just got really sloppy.
Like it looked like it was a botch, but I don't think it was.
No, it was just not good. The ending.
Yeah. What was the finish?
AJ was going for not the Styles Clash, the Phenomenal Forearm.
Yeah.
And Ziggler just kicks the ropes. AJ falls down awkwardly, and he just gets super kicked, and he loses.
Oh, so it was clean.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just Ziggler just beating Styles relatively clean.
That's really weird.
Yeah, it is.
But the sequence of it just looked weird.
I might have to rewatch that.
Yeah, it was very awkward at the end, but like the rest of the match was like serviceable, so I didn't hate it. Fair. They could have closed the show out a little bit better than that, honestly, but it's not like it's a go home show, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. God, this was the go home show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is why I'm not understanding why, no contest.
I don't understand anything anymore, Bhris.
I mean, you know how it is with WWE. They're going bad for some reason, and
they don't want us to watch the pay-per-view.
I mean, it wasn't a bad go home show. It was just it was a very bad segment. No.
I would say it was the step down after the past 2 weeks. Like Raw has been like kind of getting better. I feel that this was it was a step down from what they have been doing, but not like a huge step down. Like they still had a lot of promise, but that Alexa Bailey segment really killed my drive to keep watching the show.
Yeah.
Luckily, the Rollins-Reigns match helped pick my interest back up.
True.
But that was at the end of the show, so I kind of I was kind of like dragging myself through it until the end.
It was basically filler this week.
Yeah. So, which show was better then?
I'd have to say SmackDown, but just by a hair. Like, I don't even want to like give SmackDown the thumbs up in a way, because I feel like it was technically better just on the premise that, at least in my opinion, there wasn't anything that stood out as just awful. Like, yeah, you can say that the women's segment was one of the weaker ones, but I didn't feel like it was terrible because I still enjoyed them beating the crap at each other. Like, that was still entertaining to me. The booking of it is like kind of dumb, and the whole idea of hyping it up only to have that happen is stupid. But for what it was still fun to watch. And the promo work on the show, like, it was fine. There wasn't really anything that I took issue with. The matches were fine. Like, I didn't feel like anything was like bad. Like, everything was like okay. There wasn't anything that was like really good that told me I really should have watched this episode. It was just like, it was just an inoffensive episode of SmackDown. Whereas Raw, Raw had the TV match of the week with Reigns Rollins, but they also had like some really shitty segments, like, Alexa Bailey, which almost completely killed any interest I had in the show. And that's just kind of been how the two shows have been. Raw does some really good things and some really bad things, where SmackDown just does a bunch of okay things.
Yeah.
I feel SmackDown gets by just by not doing anything really offensively awful, except for every once in a while.
I feel like I can't really call either show better because they were just both shows.
It's whatever you're able to take from it, really.
Yeah. If you can ignore the Alexa segment, I'd say Raw is better. But it's really hard to ignore the Alexa segment.
Exactly. Like, if it weren't for that, I would have said that Raw was a better show this week. but unfortunately that segment existed, so I have to give it to SmackDown, but not enough to really like stand out. It's like it just happened to be that SmackDown was the better show, but not enough to really label it as the better show.
I agree with that. Speaking of shitty TV shows, did anyone watch LU this week?
No.
I'm not really much of an LU guy. I want to become one, but I'm being lazy with it because I have other shit that I have to watch.
I know I need to watch the show. I feel like, well, I don't need to. I feel like I should. But I just know it'll annoy me because of all the issues that this company has and all the carny shit they do, on top of just not being compelling half the time. No.
Well, maybe I'll start watching it soon and then tell everybody what I think as I go through it.
Fair enough.
We'll see. Like I said, I have other stuff that I have to watch, but if I get a bit of time this week, I'll start going through some of the earlier episodes again and give you my opinions along the way. I will be caught up eventually.
I got you. Okay, I guess now we do the predicts.
Yep. Yeah, Extreme Rules predictions.
Somebody pull up the card because I don't know it.
I've got the card ready. So we have 6 matches on the card, and I'm just going to go through them quickly before doing them one by one. So for the cruiserweight segment, one of the cruiserweight segments, there are 2 cruiserweight matches on this card.
Oh God, there are. Bhris,
yeah, one of them is it's weird. So, one of them is a mixed tag, but it still involves everyone weighing under like 150 pounds almost.
Sure.
So we've got Rich Swann and Sasha Banks going up against Noam Dar and Alicia Fox. That's a mixed tag, obviously. For the Cruiserweight Championship, Neville versus Austin Aries in a submission match. Then we've got the Hardy Boys against Cesaro and Sheamus for the tag titles in a steel cage match. We've got Alexa Bliss versus Bayley in a kendo stick on a pole match for the Women's Championship. We've got Dean Ambrose defending against The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. If Ambrose is disqualified, he loses the title. And then we've got Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, and Samoa Joe in a fatal 5-way Extreme Rules match to determine the #1 contender for the Universal Championship. So let's get things started with the weirdest match to see on this card, the mixed tag match, Rich Swann and Sasha Banks versus Dar and Alicia Fox.
What do you guys possibly care who wins?
I got the heels.
I've got the faces, but I regret it because now that I think about it, it makes far more sense to me that Rich Swann eats the pin here, and then Sasha's like, "Oh no! However, shall I conquer this evil Alicia Fox?" And then Cedric Alexander turns up.
I have the heels winning as well. I think they're going to use this as a major catalyst for like Banks' heel turn. Obviously, with just Alicia Fox there, she's not going to look like a major heel because beating up on another heel is not like the way to go. But I feel like she's going to like snap in this match.
I don't think she snaps this match. She might snap that Great Balls of Fire.
Maybe.
Maybe on like
weird,
TV
like,
or
they're playing up the idea like on social media and stuff that she's not going to turn heel at all, but like you can't just slap her into a program with Alicia Fox. And
that's what she gets for injuring Emma.
Like, she has fallen so far.
That's what she gets for injuring Emma.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't care. This is not going to be a match I'm going to care about very much.
No, there's no reason to care about it.
No, it's not starting either.
And Alicia Fox has the worst scissors kick ever.
You didn't see Booker T's reaction when who was it that said, "Oh, that might be one of the best."
Yeah. Corey said like, "Oh, man, that's the best the best scissors kick I've seen in a long time." And he just goes, "You didn't say that."
That was my reaction too. I was like I had to like listen to that again. I'm like, the hell you say, man? Like,
I fucking love Booker T on commentary. There was this video going around of when Michael Cole made the David Otunga movie star joke, and he just had this look on his face like, "What the fuck did you just say to me?" Starts unbuttoning his coat and shit, getting ready to beat his ass.
Yeah, I love Booker T, man. Like He's not like the best commentator, but like he has his like really good moments where
He's
you're just like,
like-
oh man.
He
Booker
knows
T
he's
is-
not the best commentator,
Yeah.
so he's just bullshitting around.
Booker T is like
Yeah.
the true neutral of the commentary table. He just does not.
He really is.
He doesn't care either way. He just kind of gives his thoughts on things.
Yeah, he's just Vince is just like, yeah, go out there, do whatever you want. All right.
Yeah,
fuck.
like I love how he has pretty much equal support with like the heels and faces. Like he just wants to see shit happen. It's great. Like he knows that sometimes a dude's got to do like whatever it takes to win, and you know he also respects people that got a lot of heart. Like it's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, who would he be to judge heels for cheating based on his career?
Exactly, because he's done a lot of both, which is why he says a lot of that.
Also, I'm definitely gonna buy a "You're looking real jacked, baby" T-shirt.
Oh my god, look real Jack, baby! Look real Jack, baby!
That was cracking me up on that fucking pre-show panel.
God, that was so weird, but it was such a Booker T thing to do.
I just feel like he didn't know what else to say, so he just kept saying, "You're looking real jacked."
Real Jack, baby. Real Jack.
Love Booker.
All right. Okay,
Supposedly
so
he's one more note on Booker T. Supposedly he's commentating all through the summer too.
Thank
Yep.
God.
he confirmed that I think sometime last week or earlier this week or something like that,
Yeah, he
Shit.
said on a podcast, I think.
which I love because I don't want Otunga on
Yeah.
TV at all,
That'd be bad.
and I don't hate Booker T. So
Imagine the Alexa segment with David Otunga on commentary.
oh man.
That could be you, AJ.
Oh my God.
All right. So it looks like we're 2-1 with the heels winning.
If there's
So-
anyone who can match skills with AJ Styles, it's Miss Flappers.
Can we not?
Alright, I'm done. Go ahead.
God. Okay. So next match we've got Neville versus Austin Aries Cruiserweight Championship submission match. Who do you got?
I got Aries.
You think this is his time?
I think it's his time. Especially
Nah.
after 205 Live. I think it's his time.
Yeah, the best run-in ever on 205 Live from TJP.
Oh,
Quote, did you watch the show?
Fucking
Yeah, I
The-
did. That was
This run-in, for the benefit of those people who probably didn't watch the show, which is most of you, like me, I just happened to see this on Reddit. Fucking TJP runs
Absolutely.
in behind Aries and goes for the attack. He hits him. He goes into the ropes, and he goes ahead and does a little dab to kind of brag about it. And then Aries just turns around off the ropes and hits his fucking forearm. Incredible.
Yeah, just clocks him.
TJP
Fantastic.
is 0 for 2 on run-ins that I can remember, because there's also one versus Neville where he just immediately got stomped out.
Yeah, he needs to get better at that.
I mean, it's entertaining, so I'm not complaining, but it's just funny.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
always sucks at the run-in.
It's funny as hell.
I got the match. I've got Neville
have to.
because what are the fucking odds that they put it on Aries after the dead reaction he gets? I feel like they're gonna
He doesn't get
save. He doesn't get a great
I think he
reaction.
gets more than any other cruiserweight.
Oh, what is that saying?
I mean, you're saying that like Jack Gallagher doesn't get a reaction.
I mean, he really doesn't in the grand scheme of it. Yeah, he does. Like, I don't know. I feel like if there's someone that they're gonna put the belt on, that if it was gonna be Aries, they would have done it by now.
No, I don't think so. They have nobody else to fucking feud with Neville.
Put it on Kalisto.
No,
You
thank
could do Kalisto. You could do
Yes, put it on Kalisto.
do Hideo. No, Hideo's a heel now in NXT. Do Aleister
Yeah,
Black?
there's like
Fuck it.
faces. I'm giving it to Aries.
I can't see him going that direction. I feel like they want to save Neville's defeat for a bigger opponent than Aries.
I mean, look at it this way. He cheated at Mania. He gave Aries a bullshit win at Payback. It has to be Aries' time.
I don't know. It wouldn't shock me. I just don't think that's where they'll go.
So, like, what? Let's look a bit ahead then. Okay, let's say Aries does win the title. where does he go? Does he feud with it? Like, does he
Feuds
feud
with
with
TJP.
TJP?
He has to feud with TJP.
Yeah. But he's beat him like 18 times on television.
So
But we all
that-
know win-loss doesn't matter at this day and age.
So do we get like what? Do we get like a triple threat at SummerSlam then maybe?
That'd be all.
Do
That'd
we
be
get
all
like
right.
Aries Neville TJ Slam maybe? Or like
That was rumored for this pay-per-view, but I guess they dropped it.
It might be because Neville still has the rematch when it's all said and done. And TJP might screw Neville out of it. Because here's what I see happening. TJP interferes in this match, costs Neville the title. Neville gets all berserk, beats the shit out of TJP. They have their rematch either at Raw or Great Balls of Fire. And Neville goes crazy on TJP again, or vice versa. And then they go to SummerSlam.
I guess. I mean, that'd work, but I really feel like they want to go with someone bigger for Neville's defeat than Aries. I could be
that's
wrong.
the problem with the division though, is that they haven't really built anyone up other than like Aries to really do it. Like
They need to call up Aleister Black tomorrow, and he needs to be the face of this division.
they're not gonna call him up.
Why not?
I don't want to see Alistair
Not right now.
in the division. Out of all
I
things.
don't want to see him as a cruiserweight. I feel like he has a lot more potential than that.
Yeah,
Here's the thing, though. He could literally make the division by himself.
he can, but then again, would you really want to see him in a cruiserweight when you
If-
know they don't mingle with the rest of the main roster?
If it gets the fucking division over, I'll take what I can get.
I don't
Hey,
think
For
it
the love
will,
of God, they need something.
because it seems like at this point it doesn't matter who's in the division because we're pretty much being told not to care about it at all because it's just the same people. And even if you throw someone new in, the way they book the matches, it just kind of feels like things are happening for the sake of happening.
I do know they need to stop booking fucking Gallagher, whatever the fuck his name is, and Aries versus
Gallagher.
TJP and Neville. I'm tired of seeing that match.
Yeah, it's been like 20 times in like the past month already.
Yeah.
I was also kind of hoping to see a bit more stuff with like Mustafa Ali, but like he's still in that feud with Gulak.
This Gulak gimmick is
I
so
like it.
good.
It is really good.
It brings back the right to censor vibes.
It's like a step away from make wrestling great again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing very well off of current events, which is nice.
So your two predictions, you both have Neville.
I have Neville, yeah.
God, I think I'm gonna have to go with Neville. I feel like I might end up being wrong on that, but I don't know. Like I could very well see Aries winning this match, but
It wouldn't shock me if Aries won. I just don't see that being where they go.
yeah, I'm gonna say Neville for now. All right, so okay, so for the next match, we've got the tag team steel cage match for the Raw Tag Team Championships, the Hardy Boys versus Cesaro and Sheamus. I think it's probably the easiest call to make on the show, honestly.
I don't think so. I think this is a coin flip.
I
think
do
so?
too, yeah. I do too.
I think it's a coin flip.
Why is that? Why do you think it's a coin flip?
Because they could very easily go the direction of taking it off the Hardys so that they can split and do their single shit now. But it just depends on how long they want the Hardys to be champs and what they want to do with Cesaro and Sheamus and what they want to do with the Hardy. It's a very complex web of shit.
Well, I think it also depends on when the Revival are ready to go.
That's true. Well, I think they're going to be ready like within the next few weeks.
Because if the Revival are ready to go soon, I could see them keeping the titles on the Hardys so they can feud with them.
Yeah, that's what I see happening. But that's why I went Hardys, because I think that's the direction they'll go. I could be wrong.
Yeah. I also feel like they're not going to split them up. Just like I know they definitely want to split them up at some point,
But not now.
especially. But I think
Yeah.
with I think with some of the legal issues going on, I think it's probably best to keep them together until they know what they're doing with their characters.
Yeah.
And it's too soon. It's been what, 2-3 months since they returned. There's no reason to split them up
Man,
now.
Also,
say-
there's really
Go ahead, go ahead.
also even if you were to split them up, the fuck you gonna do with them? There's nothing for Jeff to do right now.
And there's nothing for Matt besides the feud with Bray. You're not gonna have a good Matt Bray feud without him being broken.
I mean,
Like,
I'd pop for Jeff versus Brock.
You could theoretically put one of them in maybe into the IC title scene, but like,
But wait a minute. They could actually like legit do Jeff Hardy versus Brock Lesnar at like Royal Rumble or something.
Yeah, that's a reasonable time to see them split by Royal Rumble.
yeah, like maybe a few months down the line they can split them up, but I still feel like they need to keep them together. Like, yeah, their act is getting stale kind of quick, but I think maybe this match will help revitalize that.
Well, that's not true. Come on now. They still are the most over person on any show.
Yeah, 'cause it's the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, nostalgia only lasts so long though.
It's the fucking Hardys. It'll never wear off. Jeff Hardy is the most likable person in America.
Yeah,
And-
but they're old.
Yeah, Matt is 42, Jeff is 39.
Matt is
Their
real
age
old.
is going to start showing big time.
Matt, bless your heart, Matt Hardy. You're so old.
And
He
I
is
thought,
old.
I thought their contract was they wrestle a limited amount of dates. They're there every fucking week.
You know. I mean, the TV is, I think, considered limited. They don't want a part-time schedule, I'm sure, with the fucking titles. Plus, they're insane people, so they're probably trying to get more dates.
Trying to get paid.
I will say the match choice this Sunday is a very good call because Matt can get out first, and then Jeff can be worked over.
Hmm.
No, but if one leaves, that's the end of the match.
No, it's not. Both have to leave.
No. Since
Yeah.
when has a cage match been like that?
Since always.
I don't recall.
I'm pretty sure I'm not full of shit. I think both guys have to get out. And that's like half the gimmick of the match. One guy gets out, and then the other one has to overcome a 2-on-1 situation.
When was the last tag team cage match?
That's a great question. I don't know.
That's something that I will try to look into
I'm doing the same.
because Bleacher Report actually did an article on this. How convenient.
So,
Okay, so history of WWE tag team steel cage matches before the one that is going to happen at Extreme Rules. So let's see. They've done a bunch of them back in the day. Shut up, Bleacher Report. They've done them in the Attitude Era before, but can we get something recent? The Usos versus Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt. Cody Rhodes, Goldust versus the New Age Outlaws. Usos versus Goldust and Stardust. These were all 2014 matches. So
okay.
One live event and only one.
okay, so mostly like 2014 they were doing them.
Makes sense.
Because I remember seeing one in Madison Square Garden. Goldust and Stardust versus somebody, and only one of them got out, and they won.
There was also a house show there, so they didn't want to kill themselves for no reason.
I mean, fucking Cody did his little fucking moonsault for the top of the cage. So
Cody's a
Yeah, I'm watching
Cody's an
that
idiot.
clip.
Then.
I'm watching that clip now.
yeah, he like literally tossed himself off the top, and he did his moonsault at a house show.
Yeah.
Why would you do that at a house show? That's such an easy way to get hurt for nothing.
Yeah, but it was with Cesaro, so it's fine.
Was it with Cesaro?
I believe so. Yeah, because it was against the Real Americans.
Was it? I don't remember.
Yes. It was a live event at MSG. Rhodes, Cody, he jumped off the cage, and Cesaro caught him.
Yeah. Okay. So.
And it was the finish to the match, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, my prediction stands. I still feel like the Hardys are going to win that pretty convincingly.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get Jeff jumping off the cage probably, which is gonna be nice.
Of course.
All right. So wait, what was your pick, Bhris?
Hardys.
Okay, so we're 3-0 for the Hardys. Okay, so the next match, God, Kendo stuck on a pole for the Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss defending against Bayley.
Alexa, we don't even need to speak about this.
Yeah, basically, there's nothing to say about this match. There is a foregone conclusion.
Alexa's winning. Bayley's probably gonna have like a spot where she goes ape shit, maybe, but like it's still not gonna lead to anything. She's still gonna lose. Yeah. Whether it's through Alexa doing stuff or maybe Nia interfering. I don't know. Or at least Nia coming in at some point, maybe.
I don't know, and I don't care.
I'm just trying to think of. I mean, I don't care too much, but like I'm just thinking of what could logically happen. And I know that like Nia and Alexa are supposed to be like a duo or something, at least like a temporary alliance of sorts. Yeah. So I could see her being involved somehow, just for the sake of being able to have an easy shot at Alexa.
Maybe.
Because that was what they were alluding to, is that they were basically going to be a partnership until a point would come where Nia would be able to slip in as the number one contender.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a pretty easy call. All right. So the next match is for the Intercontinental Championship. Dean Ambrose defending against The Miz, and if Ambrose is disqualified, he loses the title.
So the anti-Extreme Rules match.
Yeah, the least extreme rule I've ever seen.
The least extreme rule.
I feel like a stipulation like this would lead me to believe that Ambrose is going to walk away with it again, but they could always swerve us.
That's the exact opposite of what I get from the stipulation. That screams to me that Ambrose is going to retain his fucking belt.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying, is that Ambrose is going to.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this stipulation always leads to the champ retaining. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying in theory they could swear us, but like that's such a buzzkill.
I mean, like, yeah, but at the same time, please get this belt off of Dean.
I mean,
this is not the way to do it.
Maybe they do a quick match. Either just have Maurice slap Miz and call it a day.
They could do that. I don't think they will.
I don't know. Apparently, I mean, from what we've seen in the past, Ambrose has the ability to sway the ref's decision making. So, who knows if that ends up leading to anything? Because for some reason the refs have fucking spines made of sponge.
He's a trustworthy guy. What are you talking about?
Shut up, please.
Oh, I'm just saying that the refs are ass.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm taking Miz. It just makes more sense to me that they'll take the belt off of Dean here. Well, I guess technically that means I'm taking Dean. Fuck, I guess that means I'm taking Dean. Oops. Yeah, well.
So, 2 Miz, 1 Dean?
I'm gonna go with Dean winning it, yeah.
Alright, so 1 Miz, 2 Dean.
I feel like they're gonna tease it a lot.
Let's say who we think is going to walk away from the night with the belt. I say Miz.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dean is going to have the belt.
Okay. I have Miz. Nobody. Okay. We don't really want to talk about Miz versus Dean 50. We've seen this match.
See, this thing is, I want Miz to have the belt from this because I kind of want to see reign number 7. Just because I think Miz with the IC belt is entertaining as fuck.
He gives it value.
Yeah, he actually elevates the belt. Everything he says is true. Like, the belt is more entertaining when he has it. And Ambrose is, as we've seen, is not really a good title holder.
He's better chasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him chasing is great. And then when he wins it, I'm just like, oh man, this is going to be a thing now, isn't it? Like, when we think of when he had his U.S. title reign during the Shield, he defended it like 4 or 5 times, while he had it.
Stupid like that.
It was something dumb like that. And then when he was WWE champion, I will say that happened after some of the IC stuff. I think that was probably one of his better title reigns, but like,
It got stale quick.
yeah. And then his IC reigns have been like okay, not really that great though. Like he's had like a couple of good matches as IC champ over his times. Like he had those matches with Owens that were freaking awesome, but
Yeah, the last man standing match at Rumble, that was good.
yeah, that was so good. And it was great to see Owens selling the effects of that match going into the Rumble. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if I have Dean with this one. Because I feel like if I tell myself the Miz is going to win, and then WWE is going to be like, "Oh, you didn't you?" I don't like them attempting to pull the wool over my eyes like that every time, or at least
You mean
trying
like
to.
a professional wrestling company should do because it's fake?
Well, it's just that it's when they do the same thing over and over and over and over. That's what annoys me.
I guess.
Like if they have Dean, or if they have the Miz walk away as the winner this time, then it'll be like, okay, yeah, you guys got me, good. But if like I'm believing that Miz is gonna win it and then Dean is winning it, that's like their cheeky little haha, we got you again, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, thanks for being the boy who cried wolf, you sons of bitches. So
Please don't give us that.
I'm just gonna say Dean.
Dean wins or Dean walks out with the belt?
Both.
Mm.
I don't like it, but I think that's what's gonna happen.
Fair.
I honestly hope I'm wrong with so many of these matches, but like,
Yeah, you know.
like I hope that I'm wrong with the cruiserweights. I hope that Aries wins it because I think it would be cool to see him with it, even if he's going to do too much with it. You know, I don't really care about the mixed tag match. You know, Cesaro and Sheamus, if they were to win it, I think that would be really cool, but it would also be kind of dumb. I don't want to see Bailey with the belt though.
Nope.
All
I want
right,
to see Bailey retire.
That's a bit extreme.
Not like her.
Period.
Well, we'll see what she can do at Extreme Rules.
Buy it.
Okay.
Tell them Network, $9.99.
I would never
Yeah.
buy it again.
Maggle. Okay. So the main event, Fatal 5-Way Extreme Rules match to determine the number one contender for the WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, and Samoa Joe. Who do you guys got?
Well, it's Finn, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I think Finn is the most logical choice because, at least from my perspective, I feel like no matter what happens here, it's going to equate to running into a wall anyway.
Yeah.
In that nothing is going to come from it.
Yeah, it's just in and out feud.
Reigns isn't going to win because they want to make that their Mania feud. 4 Manias
Sadly.
in a row. Samoa Joe winning doesn't. I could see them wanting to do Joe Lesnar at some point in time, but I don't think
doesn't make sense.
No, not right now. Bray versus Lesnar would actually be really cool, but
that was the feud that was supposed to happen, and then I don't know, they just dropped it.
Yeah,
Bray got hurt.
Was green.
I don't know if they're ever gonna do that at some point. Yeah, like they were. I remember they were clearly going for that, and I was super excited for it, and then they just no.
Yeah, they just dropped it.
Because he got hurt. Bray got hurt. What you can do?
Rollins, Lesnar, they need to do that again, honestly, but I don't think it's the right time for that either. They need to save that for a little while longer. But I think I'd be Same with what?
Save it for Survivor Series, that match.
Yeah.
Survivor Series will be the 5v5.
So no, I think Balor Lesnar makes sense as like a one and done sort of deal.
Yeah.
Just go in, have the match, get beat, but still look good, and then, you know, keep yourself as like a main event caliber guy for a while, or at least like an upper mid carder or something.
But the problem is, you know, Brock is not gonna make the coup de grace look good. We know Balor's gonna hit one. It's Brock.
Yeah.
We don't
Brock
know. We don't know if we're getting a squash or if we're getting like an actual match.
I mean, I'd assume with the verbal beach that Heyman gave Finn on TV, I'm assuming it's not gonna be a squash.
Remember Cena? Who would have thought that in 2015 we would see Cena get squashed?
Fair.
Yeah. But that was
I-
when they were really ramping up the whole Lesnar being an absolute
Yeah.
monster thing again.
I think
So.
Finn gets a 10, 15 minutes out of him.
How many suplexes does he get?
A lot.
Probably like 12 or 13, maybe. I don't know.
I was
Depends
thinking
on
like
what.
16.
I don't know.
I don't think he ties to Cena. But who gets
This is
pinned?
Roman,
Do you actually think Roman's getting pinned?
100%. Why else would you have him win this much to this point?
To make him look good? It's his yard?
To make him look good so he can eat the pin.
It's his yard, though. You're not going to make him lose on his yard.
It's not going to be a very clean pin, but he'll probably get like...
I mean, yeah, it's your rule match. It's clean.
he beat Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're not gonna have him lose. No, it's not him.
I'm not saying he loses cleanly. He can get like super mega murdered. Like he can take a fucking. I'm trying to think of a combo of moves here. He can take Seth's wacky knee into a fucking Sister Abigail into a fucking coup de grace for all I care. I don't know. Kill him dead if you have to.
They can kill Reigns in the match. That's fine, but don't have him eat the pin. Like,
not?
have him take a fucking beating, but have Bray take the pin.
Who isn't as hurt by, or who's less hurt than him by eating the pin?
Bray or
How?
Seth?
Bray
or Seth? Bray's always gonna be over, and Seth is always eating the pins anyways. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it should be Roman. I don't think they lose anything by doing that. And plus, if assuming Finn wins, when he gets the pin, it'll carry on their little mini thing that they have going on.
I just want to see Joe hit a muscle buster.
He won't.
Yeah. Hit somebody with it. I don't care.
That move's probably banned as fuck, dude. I don't know.
I don't think it's banned because he continues to do it in NXT.
Well, yeah, but so did No, I don't have an example. I don't know. NXT's a different beast.
Yeah, he's just waiting to break it out in a big match. Why not here?
I mean, this isn't the biggest match ever, really. I don't think he should hit it if he's going to win.
Unless he hits the muscle buster. Fucking Finn just throws him out the ring. He hits the coup de grace. The muscle buster still looks safe.
I guess, but who's he going to hit it on if it's not Finn, though?
He's going to hit it on Bray. Well,
you can't muscle bust his big ass.
You underestimate Joe.
No, I mean, like, physically, I don't think that'd work.
It would look weird. He's got to do it on a smaller guy.
Bray's chubby. I don't think you can fold Bray up like that.
I don't think he could do it on Roman.
Well, he can't do it on Roman because the vest would block it.
And he's too tall.
I don't think that's... I guess that's kind of an issue.
So it'll have to either be Seth. It has to be Seth.
Seth or Finn. But you shouldn't hit it on Finn if he isn't winning.
He's gonna hit it. Yeah.
I mean, no.
I don't know.
Wrestling's weird.
Wrestling is weird.
Yeah.
I do love me a good surprise though. What was it? Like I love when moves get busted out after never being used. Like back in 2013 when Punk hit Cena with a pile driver and everyone shit their pants.
Or when
that pile driver.
When AJ randomly pulled out a vertebraker.
Yeah. Oh man. I love when moves just appear out of nowhere. So we all agree that Balor's winning the match though, right?
Yeah, the fucking Heyman promo gave it away.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So yeah, that's it for Extreme Rules predictions. Awesome.
We've been going for
Um,
about 2 hours. We should probably wrap it.
yeah, we can wrap it up. There are like a couple more things that we can mention. NXT was good this week, so if you want to watch that, go ahead. Um,
What happened on the show?
yeah,
Like,
NXT was actually dope this week.
give a
Really
quick
good.
rundown.
Wasn't
So
that the Champa telling why
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that was a really good promo. I basically just came off saying like, I heard my knee pop during the match, and I knew that if I didn't make the right call, that he was going to be like, left in the shadows essentially. So he had to do what he had to do to make it his moment. He came off really well. I think his ending line, he said like when he returns, he'll be the most dangerous man in NXT because I'm professional wrestling, whether you like it or not. It's like, nice. It sucks he's gonna be gone though.
Yeah. He's out for like
Pete
6
Dunne,
months too.
Pete Dunne and Danny Burch had a match, and it was dope as hell.
Done.
Yeah, but Danny Burch looked really good too. Like it was honestly just a good effort by both of them. Like it wasn't a long match. Like it only ran for like 7 or 8 minutes, but it was really good for what it was. Dunn probably should have looked a bit stronger in the match. Like I think they made Burch look a little too good. But if they're trying to play him up as like a big deal on the UK shows, then I guess it's not the worst thing. Probably could have had him face somebody else, but it's also good to just see Dunn get involved with stuff.
I wonder if they'll do since they did Gallagher versus Bate. I wonder if they'll do him versus Dunn.
Ooh, I'd like to see something like that.
That would be good.
That'd be really fun. So, CN had a match against that big Brazilian guy, Cesar Bononi or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Cesar won.
What?
Yeah. He almost he was going for his finisher, and then Cesar countered it and wrapped him up for a win. They're trying to play up the angle that Almas he's irresponsible and he parties too much, and because of that he's gotten really sloppy in the ring. From what I know, I think they're eventually going to pair him up with Taya Trinidad, do something there, like have her be like his like valet or whatever. Okay. And apparently WWE is really big on Bononi, whatever his name is. I don't know what his pronunciation of his name is.
I think it's Cesar Bonini.
Bonini? Okay. Yeah, they're really like big on him because he's a big guy. He's got a great look, and he doesn't look terrible in the ring. So he definitely has some potential, and he's Brazilian, so that's a market that they haven't really tried to get into.
Next world champ.
Yeah, totally. They played back the post takeover footage with Tommy just losing his shit in the locker room. That was fun to watch. And then the main event was Roderick Strong and Cassius Ohno against Eric Young and Alexander Wolf, which was a cool match. Wasn't anything too special, but it was fun to watch. No Way Jose did come back in this episode though.
No way.
Because Killian Dane tries to get involved with the match, and then No Way Jose runs in and just fucks up Dane. Killian
Dane.
Yeah, we might get that 6-man tag at some point, which would be fun to watch.
They need to stop. Why don't they actually give Chris Hero a push? I don't understand.
Because I don't know, because they want him doing other things right now. Or I think it's more so that they want other people doing other things first.
Yeah, I don't think they want to push him too soon. Chris Hero's going to be there for a while.
Yeah, he's going to be doing some good stuff down there. So I'm okay with what they're doing. But overall, NXT is really fun right now. Like I'd honestly say the show is back. Like it's definitely worth watching the weekly shows again, and not just the takeovers. It's definitely gotten back in the form with all these with all the new talent that they have, like all the recent signings and the UK dudes, and just overall like a better feel. Just it's definitely worth watching again. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Some good stuff overall this week.
Some very bad stuff this week as well.
Yeah, the main roster didn't really look too great, but I think Extreme Rules is going to be an okay show. I think it's going to be better than Backlash.
Yep. I mean, That's not saying much, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But
Probably also be better than Payback.
yeah, yeah, definitely will. All right. Yeah. So next week we'll probably cover all that stuff. We'll
Yep.
cover like Extreme Rules. I don't think we need to do a special for it because there's no takeover or anything like that.
Yeah, it's just one show. We should be able to.
Yeah.
We can just we'll do in depth on Extreme Rules, then we'll breeze through the TV.
Yeah.
Unless something big
And we'll
happens.
also cover the we'll also cover like the Super Juniors stuff as well. Since
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for this week. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm Quote signing out.
For listening.